Right. That was one of the strangest things we've ever done.
For you,
Yeah.
what's life about?
It's about waking up every day and looking in the mirror and being happy with what you see.
Are you happy with what you see?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time. But sometimes, most of the time.
And why has it changed?
Why does it change?
Do you know?
Oh, because every day you do something different. You know, every day you wake up and you go through your routine, you brush your teeth sometimes. You know, you have a shower sometimes. Every day is different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, so some days you wake up and you look in the mirror and like maybe you got really pissed last night and you're like,
Did you get really pissed last night?
I got really pissed last night. So yeah, my look in the mirror this morning wasn't too great, but no, I was happy this morning.
Yeah.
You know, recently it's been a lot better.
Yeah.
Hasn't always been that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, sometimes life gives you obstacles and you deal with it, you know. There's always been challenging parts and really good parts, so.
Anything in particular for you?
Oh, my life up until 12 months ago was always really interesting. It was always very up and down, especially the past 24 months. 12 months before this, I really struggled with a lot of things. I was drinking a lot. I was partying way too hard, and it really screwed with my mental health and really made me mess up a fair few relationships. And that was a really hard time. But I've come through it now and it's really good. I'm in a really good spot. So
Where would you say your head was at when you were kind of in the pits?
well, my head was at, I was just confused. It was just white noise. So at the time I had really nice girlfriends, I had great friends, a good job, I was making good money, I was getting good uni marks, and I just felt numb. Just didn't feel the way it should have felt. I couldn't put a finger on it, couldn't figure out why, but it was quite tough. It's quite an interesting thing to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your idea of the way you should have been feeling?
I have no idea, mate. I was just living in the moment, you know. It was just, I was like, I should be enjoying these times, well, so much more than I was. So, I know I simply wasn't. I'd wake up every day and look in the mirror and feel like shit. About 5 months ago, I kind of went, this is something that you need to really deal with.
If you were to think of like 3 key turning points in your life, what could 3 of those be?
Probably moving to Sydney from Melbourne. That probably changed my life. Fuck it. Can I swear? Awesome. Yeah, that changed my life a shitload. High school would have been a massive influence on my life. Yeah, in that moment about 12 months ago would have been the 3 big things that really changed the way I am as a person. Yeah.
What was 15-year-old Giles like?
He's a bit of a maniac. He loved everyone's attention. You know, he would do dumb things just so people would have a laugh and have a good time. You know, he'd go out of his way to do silly things to make sure people were happy and make sure he was having a good time and everyone else was having a good time. He still kind of is. He hasn't changed, has he? Yeah.
Well, I think it's true, probably haven't changed. Or do you think you've changed that much? I don't know.
I've changed a lot. It's just the way I go about it now. People aren't laughing at me now, it's laughing with me. I feel like my friends and everyone are there because they enjoy my company. I don't have to be there. You know, they're not forced to hang out with me 5 days a week because of school. This is a very different kind of friendship to what you get in high school.
What's it like to have that now?
Look, I love it. I love my friends. My friends are my family. Like, I see all my mates as, like, my family. literally. It's just, yeah, family I've chosen.
And like talk about the last 12 months changing. Like what's changed in the last 12 months?
What's changed in the last 12 months?
Yeah, how have you got there?
Well, shit. I saw a psychiatrist.
Is that something you ever thought you'd do?
Nah, fuck no. Best thing I've ever done. One of the best things I've ever done. And took a lot to get me there, but I got there. Made me realise how much I was drinking and having a good time. It was almost like I wasn't having a good time, I was just drinking and doing all that to hide something. Yeah, so. And
How does that hide something?
yeah, oh, depression, anxiety, all those kind of things. Sorry, I'm quite nervous. It became my downfall. That's because I wasn't listening to anyone, you know, everyone was like, maybe you should slow down on the beers, Giles. Don't tell me what to do, mate. It, yeah, it was big change.
When did you start listening? Like, what was that moment?
I don't know. Maybe about this time last year, January last year, I kind of went, some people were, you know, people had stuff worth listening to. You know, I always kind of listened to my friends and took their advice on, for what it was, and I always kind of took it in, whether I actually listened to it and did it, followed through. I'd always try, because I always knew people had the best interest in me. So I listened to those people, but I really started listening and kind of taking advice from people that are a bit older and wiser and could help me get to where I wanted to be and take my life a little bit more seriously, because I wasn't taking life seriously. It was all a joke, which was awesome, but it's not what it is. Yeah.
Is there like one particular piece of advice or person that you could think of that you got in that time?
That I got? Oh, there was a shitload of people, man. Luke Ham, a lot of my mates, just all my friends really helped me change to who I wanted to be. Yeah. Pretty emotional. Yeah.
What's emotional about it?
Probably the fact where I could have been and where I am. So, if I kept going for another 12 months, like, what would have happened? And where I am now, it's kind of a bit weird to look at. Yeah.
It's gone down that way.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's gone a different way.
that's it.
What are you proud of this year?
A lot of things, mate. Geez, where do I start? Just the way I look at myself, the half marathon, my fight, getting the new missus, the way I treat people. I treat people with more respect now. I feel like I look after people. Didn't think I was gonna. Yeah. So, yeah, all that. I feel like I was projecting a different image, so people were giving me a different kind of vibe back. So, you know, not partying as much, not drinking as much, and all that kind of stuff. Getting fitter, running half marathons, doing all these things that, you know, they're crazy. You know, who wakes up in the morning and goes, I'm going to run a half marathon in 6 weeks, or in 3 months like we did. It was just silly. And people kind of realised that I was really out to make a change. I wanted to change what I was. So that was cool. The fight was pretty awesome as well. Don't really like talking about it. I just feel like it's a bit of a tooting your own horn kind of thing. But
How would you, if you were just taking like summarise the experience?
crazy. Just one word. It was nuts.
Did you learn how yourself through like
the training.
Process?
I learned more during the half marathon and being persistent and, you know, not giving up and having a goal. And I feel like it was the first kind of time in my life where I had a goal that I really wanted. You know, before that, everything was just kind of like, oh, if it happens, it happens. But under 100 minutes in the half marathon was a good goal, and we smashed it. I've always kind of been the kind of bloke that when something comes at you just deal with it. You know, whatever it is, life throws you curveballs, you just deal with them. So I don't know, it's got to throw me a curveball for me to figure out what I want to do. I guess. It hasn't been a curveball yet. It's just been really cruisy. Which is weird because it's the first time ever it's been crazy. Yeah, the whole thing is just kind of like gone from being so wild and unpredictable to being very predictable and tame. Well, not tame, but a bit better than what it was. Yeah.
So what's life about?
What's life about? Spending time with your mates and enjoying every minute. Making sure you enjoy every minute because you enjoy yourself. You enjoy the people you spend time with. I guess. That's my opinion. Cool. No, I never will. Never will.